Chapter 117. I think I called do this job too. Chen Donglai got into the car, tossed his school bag to the side, and immediately asked Luo Shang, "Where's Chen Yuan? Why didn't he come to pick me up?" Luo Shang replied listlessly, "He's swamped, super busy. He doesn't have time to pick you up every day, so he sent me instead." Chen Donglai let out an "oh" and leaned back into the leather seat, propping his legs up. "What's your name?" "Luo Shang." "I'm the driver." Chen Donglai asked curiously, "What position does Chen Yuan have at your company? Why does he have a driver picking him up every day?" Luo Shang glanced at the rear view mirror and slowly drove the car out of the school zone amid the traffic. "Don't ask me about that. He gave me a gag order. I can't tell you anything about him. If you want to know, either ask him directly or guess." Chen Donglai curled his lips. So secretive, could he really be the company's boss? I don't even care to know. He looked out the window at his surroundings. "Where are we going? This doesn't look like the way home." Luo Zhang's voice was still listless. "To the company. Just sit tight. Do you think I'd sell you?" After saying that, he muttered quietly, "If I really sold you, who'd want such a money-losing burden?" Chen Donglai soured. "You little driver. How am I a money-losing burden? Ridiculous. I'm amazing at studying now. Okay, if you were sent to my school, you'd probably be worse than me. Drivers should focus on driving and keep their mouths shut. Is this how your boss taught you to behave?" Luo Shang snorted but didn't dare to reply. After all, this was his boss's father, and he was just a driver. A person only had one biological father, but drivers could be replaced easily. Luo Shang knew perfect lie well which was more important. Now that the boss father was annoyed, he doled his tongue. "You can say whatever you want, I'm not engaging." The Cullinan glided smoothly down the road. When Chen Donglai realized the driver had stopped talking, he pulled down the small curtain out of boredom and glanced at the drone following outside the window. He had to admit the drone's technology was damn advanced. It could keep up with a car, no problem, and it probably could even follow a subway. Plus, its battery life was insane. No wonder the live streaming industry was booming. Chen Donglai looked away from the drone and glanced at his school bag beside him. With nothing else to do, he suddenly felt like reading. He opened the bag and pulled out his Chinese textbook, then started reading it with genuine interest. The live stream footage was a bit unsteady, but viewers could still catch occasional glimpses of the textbook. "Whoa, Godlai has awakened. Oh my God, breaking news. Godlai, who once treated studying like dirt, has actually opened a textbook for the first time ever. Could it be that I, Godlai, am finally about to start my counterattack journey? Lai Z, stop studying. Come to sister, I'll take good care of you. Lai Z, come to me. You can sleep in any of my luxury villas and drive any of my fancy cars, just be mine at night. Sister, I don't want to struggle anymore. I'm super brave, I'm good with words, and I'm handsome. Please support me." There are countless men in the world, but there's only one Lai Z. It's not that you Ray. Not good enough, it's stat my heart can't hold anyone else. In his office, Chen Yuan, who was watching the stream, spat out his tea all over the desk. Oh my God, some rich lady actually wants to support my dad? What were they thinking? God Lai is untouchable. Was that just a slogan? That said, the fact that his dad was reading a textbook in the car really surprised Chen Yuan. It seemed people really could change. Once upon a time, Chen Donglai had hated studying so much. Opening a textbook would be been like one of the top 10 wonders of the world. Now he was reading it voluntarily. Had the impulsive, lazy of the past vanished for good? When Chen Yuan saw the Cullinan was not far from the company, he stood up, put on his coat, and walked out just to greet his dad. As soon as he stepped out, he ran into Dong Wanyi, who was holding a proposal. Chairman, are you going out? Chen Yuan nodded. Yes, Mididshir. I'm going down to your dad. Dong Wanyi froze for a moment, then smiled. All right, we can talk about this proposal later. Chen Yuan nodded, sensing her curiosity, but just shook his head with a smile and headed for the elevator. After getting out of the car, Chen Donglai looked at the office building in front of him. It was quite old, and its decor was rather outdated. He shook his head and said to Luo Shang, who had also gotten out, "Your company isn't all that great. This building is so run down." Luo Shang rolled his eyes. What do you know? Chen Donglai looked around. Look at those other buildings, aren't they all better than this shabby one? Especially that commercial building over there. It's tall and grand. That's the kind of place a big company should be in. Luo Shang, it's so frustrating to be a mute who can targ back. You should be grateful you Ray the chairman stat, otherwise I'd make sure you never see tomorrow's sun. Your company is this shabby, but you can still afford an car like this. What's going on in your boss sheet? What's he even thinking? Chen Donglai criticized freely. Finally, Luo Shang couldn't hold back anymore. What do you know anyway? Luo Shang turned around and saw Chen Yuan walking over. His face instantly turned as bitter as a bitter melon. He held his tongue the whole way to avoid getting reported. But now right in front of the company, he snapped at the chairman's dad. And the chairman had seen it all. I'm so wronged. It's too late to cry. Chen Yuan knew his dad's personality and didn't bother arguing with him. He just waved his hand. Luo Shang, park the car. You're done here. Luo Shang quickly agreed and hurried back to the car. Chen Donglai looked at the Cullinan, then walked over to Chen Yuan. That driver is terrible. I didn't know why your company hired someone like him. I think I could do his job too. Well, he was already planning a backup career for himself. Chen Yuan smiled. All right, let's go inside and talk. Chen Donglai, holding his new clothes, said fine findaplisi in Sishan. When they reached the entrance, 2 security guards stood at attention and saluted them. Chen Donglai nodded in approval, but the security guards have good spirit. He turned to Chen Yuan and asked casually, Your security guard stands so straight at the door. How much do they get paid a month? Chen Yuan smiled. Not only severy a fashion. Chapter 118 I'll come clean, I am the chairman. Chen Donglai's eyes widened. How much? Chen Yuan shrugged. 7 or 8,000 yuan. 7 or 8,000. Just standing guard and saluting. And they get 7 or 8,000 a month. I could do that job too. Sun Yikno. Your dad has always loved standing guard since I was a kid. I've always wanted to be a great security guard. Chen Yuan was speechless. Is 7 or 8,000 all it takes to satisfy you? Li Zi, you've really fallen. You're not ambitious anymore. He smiled helplessly. Security guards are the lowest paid here in this office building. With that, he kept walking. Chen Donglai thought his son was bragging. 7 or 8,000 for a security guard. And that's the lowest? That's already the salary of some office workers. His curiosity grew, and he hurried to catch up, asking, Then how much do you get paid? It must be more than those two guards, right? Me? Chen Yuan pressed the elevator button. I don't get a salary. No salary? Are you kidding me? Why would I kid you? I am the chairman of a gaming company. Would it something like pay myself a loose 1 yuan salary? Chen Yuan rolled his eyes in frustration. Do I look like I'm kidding you? Chen Donglai huffed, nodding. Even if you're a child laborer, he can't just not pay you. I'll report him to the labor bureau later. We can't swallow this insult. Chen Yuan, even though being scolded by his dad was normal, he still felt a surge of irritation. Well, Chen Yuan stepped into the elevator first. Chen Donglai followed right after. The elevator doors slowly closed. After pressing the button for the 3rd floor, Chen Yuan continued, Well, actually, I'm the chairman of this company. Chen Donglai nodded. I know. Wait, what did you say? His eyes bulged like copper bells. Chen Yuan scratched his nose and repeated, Actually, I'm the chairman of this company. Chen Donglai let out a cold laugh. Son, are you messing with your dad? You? The chairman? Yeah, I'm the chairman. Chen Donglai sighed. Sigh. I see you getting more and more into lying. It's true what they say society's a big dive at. Once you jump in, you get dyed all sorts of colors. Even if this company isn't big, it's not something a kid can run. Stop telling lies like this. If word gets out, people will say I is your dad. Chen Yuan was helpless. Li Zi's way of thinking was stuck in the past. No wonder his exam scores never improved. His lack of vision was right there for all to see. Fine, you'll believe it later. As he spoke, the elevator doors opened. Chen Yuan stepped out. Chen Donglai looked around the 3rd floor. So this is your company? It looks okay, but the space is pretty small. Oh well, it's a small company. Never mind. Chen Yuan, did Li Zi really think his company was only this 3rd floor? It made sense. There was no way he'd believe his son was already the chairman of a listed company. Chen Yuan smiled. All right, we're a small company. Come on, I've got a surprise for you. A surprise? What surprise? Seeing his son walking up the stairs, Chen Donglai hurried to follow. What does your company even do? Chen Yuan smiled without answering. Soon they reached the chairman's office. Why'd you bring me to your boss's office? You gonna have me talk to him? Try to smooth things over for you? Smooth things over, my good dad. Chen Yuan pointed at the office door. This is my office. I'm the chairman. Got it? He pushed the door open and said to Chen Donglai, come and take a look around my office. Chen Donglai's brain felt like it was short-circuiting. You Ray the chairman? I'm the chairman's dad, for crying out loud. This kid. He stepped inside and watched as Chen Yuan fully took off his coat and hung it on the rack. Aren't you scared, your boss? I'll catch you fooling around here? This is the chairman's seat. You think you can just sit there? Chen Yuan thought explaining was useless. Sit wherever. Rest for Abbott. Then go to the inner lounge to change your clothes. I'll take you to see the world tonight. Chen Donglai almost spat out blood. His 14-year-old son was saying he'd take him to see the world? Was this a joke? Had he lived his nearly 40 years for nothing? Hadn't he seen all sorts of scenes, been to all sorts of places, spent money at all sorts of fancy spots? Hadn't he? Okay, maybe not the young model's part. This brat daring to say he'd take his old man to see the world. You should be grateful it didn't tring out my 7 wolves belt. A common metaphorkian. Just as he was about to speak, he heard a knock on the door. Chen Donglai froze, then looked at Chen Yuan, who was already sitting steadily in the boss chair. Chen Donglai lowered his voice, urging, someone's coming. You wanna get in trouble? This is the chairman's seat. Get up already. Get up for what? This is my seat, and I'm sitting just fine. Chen Yuan ignored him and called toward the door. It's open, come in. The door pushed open. Chen Donglai stared nervous at the person walking in. The second he laid eyes on her, his nerves spiked even more. She's beautiful, to be honest, even with Chen Donglai's decades of life experience. He was sure he'd never seen a woman this beautiful, even in a plain black business suit. She wore it like it was infused with a seductive charm, and those long legs in black stockings. Chen Donglai thought this beauty was even prettier than his history teacher. Dongwanyi glanced curiously at Chen Donglai, then walked to Chen Yuan's desk, placing the proposal in her arms down. Chairman, here's the proposal. She paused, then smiled at Chen Yuan and asked, is this your dad? Chen Yuan shrugged. Don't you watch our live streams? I watch yours sometimes, but I've never watched his. As she spoke, Dongwanyi's beautiful eyes turned to Chen Donglai again. Chen Donglai suddenly felt flustered. Hello, Uncle Chen. Welcome to our company. Chen Donglai rubbed his hands, stammering for a long time without getting a full sentence out. Dongwanyi smiled at Chen Yuan. Your dad seems a little nervous. With that, she turned and walked out in her high heels. Only after the door closed did Chen Donglai catch his breath. She just called you chairman. Chen Yuan spread his hands. You heard it clearly, didn't you? He had heard it clearly, but Chen Donglai still couldn't believe it. Chapter 119, The Ultimate Filial Son. After all, less than 20 days ago, His son hadn't that a single cent to his name. How could he become the chairman of a company in just 20 days? Even if this company looked shabby run down everywhere, it was still a company. Son, why can't you just work properly instead of messing around like this? Fine, I'll go change in the inner room. Chen Donglai shook his head, grabbed the new clothes, and walked into the inner lounge. As he looked up, he spotted the employee board on the wall. It was filled with photos of department heads, and the most prominent one at the top was Chen Yuan's. Chen Donglai leaned in for a closer look. The words below the photo were clear. Chairman. Chen Donglai was stunned. Could it be he really is the chairman of this company? Otherwise, why would his photo be there like that? He kept looking and soon found the photo of the beautiful woman who'd come in earlier. Dong Wanyi manager. Chen Donglai believed it now. A manager would play along with a kid's silly game. That meant his son really was the chairman of this company. Chen Donglai suddenly felt a surge of excitement. He didn't understand how it had happened, why his son had become a company chairman, but he still felt incredibly proud. To him, company bosses were all rich. No wonder his son had been bringing home all kinds of supplements. Lately he must not have been short on money at all. The more Chen Donglai thought about it, the more thrilled he became. He tossed the clothes packaging onto the sofa, walked back to the door, and peeked through the crack at Chen Yuan, who was propped up on the desk, scrolling through his phone. Son, are you really the chairman of this company? Chen Yuan put down his phone, turned to glance at his dad, and said impatiently, I've told you so many times I am. You can't even remember what you learn in school, and now you can't remember what I say either. Chen Donglai was over the moon. It's true. My son's a company boss. I never would have guessed it. With Asin like this, why am I even on that reality show? My son's a boss now. I'm the boss's dad. Do I still need to worry about a loose few million? Don't make me laugh. I Chen Donglai am meant for big things. School studying, haha. I can finally dump that burden. I am finally going to restart my brilliant life. Chen Donglai was so excited. He wanted to punch the wall. Chen Yuan could tell exactly what his dad was thinking. Want to escape the ocean of knowledge. Want to sit back and enjoy the fruits of others' labor? Li Zi, you Ray just daydreaming. All the hardships I endured studying in my past life, you Ray going to experience every bit of it in this one. Now that I've given you the surprise, it's time for the shock. Chen Yuan let out a deliberate sigh. That is that helplessness and struggle. As expected, the sigh immediately caught Chen Donglai's attention. He'd just been overjoyed, so he frowned and said, What's wrong with you? Why are you sighing for no reason? Shouldn't we be happy? For no reason at all. Chen Yuan let out a bitter laugh, placing the prepared documents on the desk. These are the bank's notices demanding interest. Payments, they come to 700,000 to 800,000 yuan every month. You've seen the size of my company. It's already a huge struggle just to get lower ends to cover the interest, not to mention employee salaries and all the other expenses. Chen Yuan looked at Chen Donglai, his voice trembling slightly. Dad, I can barely hold on anymore. Chen Donglai froze. He'd only been happy for 16 seconds. And now his son was hitting him with this cruel truth. Is it really this hard to be a wealthy second-generation kid these days? Son, how much money do you need? Chen Donglai had saved up some money over the years. Now that his son was a company boss, he was determined to help if he could. Chen Yuan thought for a moment and held up one finger. 100,000 yuan. That's easy. Chen Donglai breathed at a sigh of relief. 100,000 wasn't a big deal for him. His savings were more than enough. I'll give you 100,000 yuan when you bat back. Chen Yuan shook his head. Chen Donglai hesitated. 100,000 yuan. He gritted his teeth and paced back and forth. 100,000 is a lot, but I can borrow some. Maybe I can talk to your mom. We should be able to scrape it together. Chen Yuan said softly. 100,000 yuan. Chen Donglai almost spat out a mouthful of blood. 10 million? That much? Chen Yuan's face was filled with sorrow. Forget it, it's just 10 million. You don't have to worry about it. Let's quit that reality show too. Worst case in 2 months. I'll run away. If I can't run, don't worry about me. Just take the bank card heed in our safe at home. Leave alone. Find a place where no one knows you. Find yourself a new wife. And have a little brother. Let him take care of you in your old age. Chen Donglai was instantly moved. What a good son. Such a filial child. My precious boy. At a time like this, he's still thinking about me. I'm so touched I could cry. Nonsense. It's just a company, we'll give it up. Let's leave right now. Chen Yuan was speechless. No wonder he has been working for others his whole life. We can't run. There's no way out. 10 million is too much, but I can hold on for 2 more months. You should hurry up and find a place to escape to. After saying that, Chen Yuan turned away, afraid his dad would see the smile he could barely hold back. Suddenly a light bulb went off in Chen Donglai's sheed. 10 million. Son, it's okay. Aren't we on that reality show? The first prize is 10 million yuan, exactly enough to cover the company stat. Chen Yuan thought to himself, finally. I was about to hint at it if he didn't to mention it. He turned around, his face lighting up with joy before quickly shifting to heartache. The first prize has too high requirements. It's too hard on you. You have to become a merit student with excellent grades in every subject to even have a chance at first place. That's way too tough for you. I'd rather give up the first prize, go to jail, even jump off this building, than let you suffer like that. Chen Donglai was so moved he almost burst into tears, snot bubbles and all. You raise such a filial son. Too filial. What a good boy. Chen Donglai took a deep breath and said firmly, don't worry. I'm definitely going to win first place this time. I'll get the 10 million yuans to save your our company. Chen Yuan's face turned slightly red. Chen Donglai's face were also red. What a warm, touching scene. In the live stream chat, netizens were laughing their heads off. WTF? What kind of script is this? The ultimate filial son. Lizzie's good days are coming. With this kind of motivation, Godly will definitely study hard. Can't wait. I sprayed my phone with milk. Is this really a reality show? Or a family ethics drama? Lizzie, come to me. Your son's going to play you to death.